Right Ridge Barrow. Yep, it's time to cover this one. Now, this is the final Dragon Priest video that I will be doing until the, kind of collectibles that are, of course, the masks. So, let's jump into today's video. So, Right Ridge Barrow is a location in the northern parts of Solstheim. This was, of course, accessible through the Dragonborn DLC and holds a, Dragon Priest known as Dukon. Now, there's also something else that's interesting with this quest as well. In this dungeon, we of course can encounter albino spiders, which they're an interesting enemy. We can only encounter them in this location as well with one of the other locations. Yeah, Fort Frostmoth. But there's a story behind these spiders. There were two siblings who were conducting experiments on the spiders. One of them went insane, locked up her brother, and he eventually died, leaving her as, arguably, probably the most sane inhabitant in these ruins. Of course, her we get to encounter during this dungeon, and her pet spiders. So, yeah, for those who are arachnophobes, this is probably going to be your worst nightmare. Of course, at least they're not as freaky as the chorus. So, yeah, this dungeon is just a, normal dungeon crawler. You just gotta kill a bunch of spiders, kill a bunch of bandits, kill the freaky spider lady, and you eventually come across a mysterious black book. Yeah, it's one of those dungeons, and of course this is also the final Black Book video that I will be, of course, covering. Now, I know Ben Conquerite has one, but that area is not as interesting to me to cover, unlike this one, so that's why it's not going to be covered. Of course, the Black Book video will eventually happen as well. So, of course, you get two rewards, a Black Book and a new Dragon Priest mask. Once you kill Dukon, you can of course take his mask, get a new word of power that gives you a word in the Cyclone Shell, and you can of course read the Black Book and get a special power. So, what are my thoughts on this dungeon? Well, it's a pretty cool dungeon. I definitely don't feel like this one gets talked about enough, which is unfortunate, as it's one of the coolest dungeons in the DLC and still remains one of the best ones even after the huge amount of DLC we got with the Anniversary Edition. So I definitely would recommend anyone to do this one if they haven't yet. These Dragon Priest masks aren't needed to get the final one in the base game. They're just a neat little addition with the DLC. And the Black Books in general do have some interesting powers that they can give you, even if they are a bit of a pain to track down, with some of the powers not really being worth it. But all in all, I think this was a pretty interesting location. It has an interesting backstory and is one of my favorite dungeons in Solstheim. So, that's my opinions on this location. So, see you all next time, and thanks for watching.